I understand why you find it so funny. And I'm trying to keep it in perspective here. Is this going to be the preview of the episode? Hey guys, if this is the preview, we talk a lot about flat Earth. Welcome to Recycle Bin.
I said hang on.
Welcome to episode 14 of Recycle Bin.
You're welcome.
Right before I said that, you said hang on.
Yeah. You don't.
I
never.
didn't.
No.
I didn't want to.
No.
We don't have any notes for this episode.
I wonder why.
Well, I'll speak for me. I'm still in recovery from the doc, even though,
Well,
we've been a little removed from it.
Right before this, you know what I was busy doing?
What?
What's the complete opposite? Pop quiz. What's the complete opposite from what we've been doing? Like a tech documentary about iPhone 4. If you guessed flat Earth, you're correct.
We were watching a flat Earth video. Not, just to be clear, not to engage with the flat Earth community.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah, not to believe in flat Earth, to discredit a spherical Earth, but
it's called the globe Earth, the globe theory,
my
which
bad.
is the wrong theory.
Yeah, we are globe heads, aren't we?
Yeah, my knowledge, I had to try to bring it back down because it went so high it almost hit the firmament.
I almost wanted to say I'm sorry to any flat earthers who are listening. I'm sorry.
I'm on your side.
I don't think I can. I don't think I can apologize to them.
I mean,
what were you going to say? Just go ahead and do it. Just tank us, kill us.
I'm not saying they're stupid, but they're missing something. They are missing a key part of information. They're not allowing it in. I wonder if the Earth part of their brain just goes, when you try to say, look at this picture of Earth that we took, and they're like, it's made by NASA and Morgan Freeman.
I think, just real quick, you're Jern, I'm Bern. Welcome to Recycle Bin.
Oh, I'm sorry if you don't know who we are. This is terrible.
This is a weird podcast. Just in general. I don't know. I think of this a lot in a lot of things in life. And it's whenever a person is if they get into a headspace and they don't get into it with reason. Yeah. If they aren't reasoned into a thought process or an opinion, they cannot be reasoned out of it. Yeah. And I feel like that's a flat Earth thing.
Well, I don't know.
I really didn't expect Recycle Bin to be a flat Earth podcast.
I don't know why this happened, but I was watching When the Levees Broke.
Oh, yeah, okay.
It's about Hurricane Katrina.
Related.
Yeah, no, it's directly about Hurricane Katrina. Oh, no, it's about them.
I thought you were about to say it's directly about flat Earth.
No. But and this is not just Hurricane Katrina specific. It happens in every natural disaster. Okay. Hopefully, FEMA will come in and try to save you.
FEMA, yeah.
They're helicoptering in, they're boating in, and they're pulling people from the mess that is what happened to them.
The disaster.
Yeah. I think I would love to do that for flat earthers. Like if I came down on a helicopter and just like, no, listen, it's better. Come over here. Let me pull you out of here.
You come down here. No! No! This is not true.
Oh, it's so terrible and so sad, but I can't, what is it? I just want to be clear. I don't believe the earth is flat.
Okay.
But you would think someone that
Thank you for clarifying.
You would think that someone that said that would not watch as much of it as I do. What's wrong with me?
One of your favorite current creators is on TikTok.
Fittest Flat Earther, shout out to my boy.
Do you know his name? Just curious. It's okay if you don't.
I do, but I forget it.
Okay, fair enough.
It's funny.
It's a funny name?
It's like you would hear and go, yeah, of course.
Mr. Bing Bop? What are you talking about? What's a funny name?
No, it's a very suburban, white male, believes the earth is flat kind of name.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Like Kyle?
Yeah.
Sorry, Kyles out there. I don't mean anything by it. It just fit.
He's incredible.
You got typecast. I'm sorry.
Dude, and he has... He does two things.
Okay.
He's an expert.
It sounds like he does fitness and flat earth stuff.
Yeah, I haven't seen him do anything about fitness.
Okay. Well, I mean, the fittest flat earth.
He does look fit. Okay. He looks like if a glober.
Okay.
Yeah, if a glober sure. And he were, if the answer to is the world flat or not was up to a battle of strength, he might The Earth might be flat, is what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. So he could win in that.
Yeah,
regard.
if it was like him against Bill Nye. Bill Nye's toast.
I mean, I feel like you or I could take Bill Nye in a fight. He's quite old at this point.
Neil deGrasse Tyson. He's
He's a stocky guy.
He's stocky.
He's pretty. I think he's tall too.
I don't know. Never seen him.
Hey Siri, how tall is Neil deGrasse Tyson?
Oh, this is not going to work. She never works.
6'2".
6'2".
He
Okay.
towers over you. You're 5'5".
I'm
That's
not
crazy.
5'5".
Jesus,
I'm not 5'5".
He's a massive
I'm
man.
5'8".
I just want to have a meta comment on how there's a cycle for how recycle bin goes. I feel like at this point, when we are deep in production on something, a video, that's all we're thinking about. Mm-hmm. And when we are not, we are thinking about videos at all.
It's just empty in there.
It's empty. It's flat earth and breathing. Or like, it's stupid stuff. Like we just watched a video yesterday about, like this is a work thing. Yeah, the Jake Paul thing. His Jake Paul fights, like analyzing
Jake Paul's Jake Paul fights?
Yeah. But specifically like the Mike Tyson stuff. And
yeah.
That's like, I feel like we're still decompressing. And especially, if you didn't know, this episode's going to be posted on the 23rd, which is 2 days from Christmas.
Okay.
So this is kind of like the holiday episode. So
Happy Merry.
if you don't mind, put some jingle bells in real quick, like shh, 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 and then it's just Merry Happy Holidays. Thank
we
you.
should have done red and green lights.
We didn't. Can you quickly change the
There's
one
still
down?
time.
Can you change this one down here to?
But then it'll just be red or green and blue.
Which color?
We need red, green.
I just realized something.
What?
I think some of the weirdness in this recording so far is because we're currently more caffeinated than usual. You had a big tall coffee.
I did drink a big old coffee.
I'm currently drinking a little big coffee.
Yeah, my digestive system is just waiting for the impact.
Yeah.
Okay, I wasn't done telling you about.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was going to go back to it. Yeah.
I almost called him Kevin.
Kevin is his name? It might be his name.
I don't think so.
Go ahead. You talk about
it is Flat Earther.
I'm gonna look him up.
He has two different. We should pull. Are you logged into TikTok? Because that'd be hilarious.
I've never been logged into TikTok on a desktop or like a computer.
Go to his YouTube channel. I bet he has it.
Okay.
I bet he has really in-depth content on YouTube.
Talk more about your boy.
Okay. He's an expert in two different things, two different fields that are very important to society and humanity.
Okay.
Number one, the Earth.
There he is.
The Earth is flat.
Great.
And everyone needs to know. He's an expert in that. That's number one. And number two, for some reason, it has become his mission. The reasons are unclear, but it has become his mission to prove that one celebrity is actually another celebrity.
Oh, yeah. You're right.
I don't know why.
Jim Carrey, his most recent video 2 hours ago. Damn, he's
Keanu Reeves is Jim Carrey?
He is hustling right now. Look at him go. Keanu Reeves is Jim. I know. I turned it off. I need
to hear him. You need to hear him.
Well, I thought I made a pretty good case,
him.
but I guess I was wrong because Sonic comes out today, and look, there they are, right next to each other. So I couldn't be right, right? Well, did you ever see when Jim posted this? No one knows.
My God,
it's incredible.
I can't with him.
So I guess he previously said, look, they're the same person, but then they stood side by side, and now he has to somehow come up with another theory to fix that problem.
He could just not.
Well, last night I was browsing TikTok, as one would do, and by the way, there's a subscriber feed. So
Right.
if any of
You
you
have
are
to pay for
interested,
it?
you can pay him. If you want the truth, you could get the real truth from his subscription feed.
That's what he's all
on TikTok.
about, is the truth. If we think about it.
And I was watching a thing where he was pointing, and he's serious.
Mm-hmm.
He's pointing, and he's trying to explain that Hitler got away and
You just tell me
became
about
Walt
this.
Disney.
Yeah, I mean,
And he
makes
had
sense.
so much proof, and he's like, but I can't say 100%. I never share anything with my followers unless I'm 100% sure of what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
And since I'm not 100% sure, I'll share my findings so far on my subscriber feed.
That's fair.
And then people go pay for that to go, imagine watching it and they go, oh, what a cliffhanger. I have to pay now.
You know
I
what?
must know.
I feel like we went about our Patreon all wrong. FPTdocs.com, by the way, we just put up a 3-hour director's commentary on the theft, death, and Steve Jobs.
You nailed it.
It's kind of hard to say.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like we should be doing that stuff.
We should be like, Steve didn't die. Steve is actually, and we're pointing, and who does he look like? Who could we say became Steve was just too stressed and needed out of the public eye, and he became who?
He became Daniel Day-Lewis.
Okay, see?
Yeah.
So he's okay, we have proof. We're not going to share the proof here, obviously,
I'm
for
not.
free. We couldn't do that.
Patron only.
If you
Look forward to that,
if you
folks.
subscribe.
I hope
It's
you
incredible.
guys. I hope you guys are enjoying this very, very off-topic episode of Recycle Bin.
Well, I mean, if they want us to talk about Apple, the answer is they're not. They're going to wish they didn't.
Yeah,
I'm having a real bad time.
I know. Have you complained enough about it on Genius Bar, or do you have more to
No
give?
one listens to me. No one cares.
I think they do, but please continue.
Like, anytime I complain about Apple, I'm just complaining and I'm stupid, and why don't I just make an Android podcast then?
You think
That's the answer. That's Apple fans' answer. Instead of going,
Yeah.
you know what, maybe they are not doing as great, and if we voiced our opinions, they would make it better. Instead of that, it's like, well, you gotta get a Google podcast then.
Do you
talk
think-
about Pixel.
Do you think it's worth our time to actually, like, to be real, we actually are not enjoying our experience with iPhone currently at all. In like
It's
kind
the
of a major
worst
way.
it has ever been.
Even
It's terrible.
It's not just me and you. It's actually coming out. You know, I browse Reddit all the time. It's on the Apple subreddit, which is not that everybody there is an Apple sheep, like glazing Apple, but I mean, it's pretty.
It's
you
close.
know, it's the fucking Apple subreddit.
I'm banned from that.
There you go. And
well, not my account. I
but,
could
like,
probably post,
our
but
content.
my name is posted. My name and our content is banned.
yeah, it's like blacklisted. So that's a pretty Apple positive place, and they're pretty upset.
Well,
with
what's funny is months ago, we were talking about it on Recycle Bin, and people got mad at us for complaining. And now people are noticing it's on Reddit and everything.
Yeah.
How bad did it have to get between the first time we said something and now for people to go, okay, yeah, for real?
I think maybe we're just more sensitive to it, if that makes sense.
Sensitive?
Well, like
My phone doesn't work half the time.
when a little error pops up, we can like notice what the issue is. I explained an issue I was having where I will try to do something and my whole screen will go black and there will be a little spinning pinwheel in the middle. And you were like, oh, springboard crashed. It's like, yeah, exactly. The springboard crashed. Like this is normal people aren't aware of that.
They know their phone's not supposed to go to a black screen when they...
Right. But us knowing that is a deep back-end OS issue, or I mean, it's a front end.
That's the
but-
whole thing going
Exactly.
down.
That's like Explorer crashing on Windows or Finder.
Yeah, that's
crashing
that's just
on
one
Mac
step
OS.
away from your phone being powered off.
Right. That's a serious kind of whole thing broke. Hang on, let me restart it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of frustrating. I wonder if it's honestly time for us to. Would that be a fun experiment to do a month or something on Android? Just see what it's like stability. Just see what
That
the interoperability
sounds
is.
terrible.
Well, I mean, is it going to be more terrible than our current
I'm definitely not
iOS?
gonna. I'm definitely not gonna pay for an Android phone. If you're a company you want to sell one, go ahead. But
There's a reasonable chance we could get some Pixels or maybe some Samsung devices, some like mainstream, widely acceptable as premium Android
I do know
devices.
there's a Pixel 9 on the way
Yeah, so there you go.
for
So,
something.
Yeah. So it'd be fun. I'm down to try that. I mean, we got iPads.
It probably is more stable,
Macs. Yeah.
but it's like no matter how good that phone is, I'm still tied with iPhone for multiple reasons outside
Yeah.
of just the phone. Like working with the Mac is a perfect example.
Right.
My AirPods, everything working together, my Apple TV, it's just...
Oh, that just reminded me.
Well-
My TV died last night.
How?
It-
I've never heard of a TV just
All right.
dying.
So my family, me, my wife, and my son Mikey, we have a bedtime routine for him. 30 minutes-ish before bed, we throw on some like relaxing TV programming. We're pretty anti-screen family. We try our best, but I mean, we like TV, we like content, you know. We like Hey Bear on YouTube, shit like that, Miss Rachel, whatever. We throw on some bedtime content to wind him down for
Yeah.
bed, and it's playing, and it's like a few minutes before bed, and I hear like a loud like that's what it sounded like a
Okay.
sort of static distortion, like my sound bar or something exploded.
Okay.
Something like that. My TV's black, and it's a TCL, And this particular model, the power button will, when it's off, it glows white.
It's off.
Yeah, it's like a reverse. So when it turns on, the light is not on. That makes sense. So it's like a reverse. It makes sense to my head.
Okay.
It's like not distracting and not
It's
like
off. That's not power saver mode or anything.
Correct.
Okay.
Actually, no. I'm sorry. When it's in power saver mode, it's whatever. I can recognize when the TV is not displaying something. The light is on.
Okay.
It was off.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, well that's concerning because that means it's fully no power going to it.
It's cooked.
Right. So I tried to turn it on, nothing. Swap cords, swap outlets, swap surge protectors, all that shit, nothing. And I'm like, this is cooked. Luckily, my son went to bed, and I could just fiddle with stuff with the lights on and whatnot. We are lucky enough to be in a position where we just have random gadgets and extraneous pieces of technology lying around, not in use, that can be in use. So I pull out a
$4,000 projector.
Yes, that was it's in my closet.
That's your replacement for your TV.
Yeah.
That was just in the closet.
The brand, do you remember? Nebula, I think is the brand?
Yeah, they're owned by
it's
Anchor.
Yeah. So I pull out the Nebula projector, and I'm not set up to have a projector. That's not I don't have a screen, I don't whatever. So I end up setting it up at on a weird half wall sort of pseudo, I don't even know what the den entrance.
Okay.
Whatever. And I have it angled downward, now pointing at my wall. It's massive. It's like it's like 10 feet now. It's just this massive screen. And I have
at least it like auto keystones and stuff.
It won't.
What?
Because of the extreme angle that I have. It's all manual. Trust me, this thing is off way far to the side, way up, tilted way down, using PlayStation games as a to angle it with cardboard and shit jammed in it.
Okay.
I have nothing's supposed to be up on this wall. It's a mess, but it works. And I had to get it set up because we got to watch SmackDown tonight.
Oh yeah, we do.
So that's going to be fun.
Smacky.
Yeah. But dude, what
you don't pizza.
Nobody, I feel like
it's pizza night. If anyone wonders why,
it is pizza night. We're having Domino's. We haven't had Domino's in a very long time.
Yeah.
Anyway, nobody plans for something big to go down like a TV. A TV regularly is like the centerpiece of most American living
and they
rooms.
got them down. Like people make TVs. We peaked, and you would think that they would just live.
Exactly. This particular TV has been around in our I think this was your TV that you passed down to me because I just don't care that much about what I'm looking at.
I had one, and then Vizio was like, "Hey, we want to send you an 80-inch TV." I was like, "Okay."
Yeah.
And
you had a TCL that passed to me.
And then I moved and I left my TV where I left my TV at the place I lived instead of taking it because it's 88. How am I going to get that? And so TCL sent a different one to the new address. And anyway, TCL, if you're listening,
help,
please.
No, but it's fine. It's just such a pain in the ass. I had to completely rip apart my entertainment unit and get the TV off of the thing. Because now that wall needs to have a projector shot at it. And
there's like three things that if you're a tech YouTuber with any amount of success that you just have on hand in abundance, it's TVs.
Projectors.
It's TVs.
Robot vacuums.
Power banks and robot vacuums.
Yeah. I feel very lucky to be in our position. We can just kind of throw some emails out there and work out something with a company. But it made me think, because we weren't always like that.
No.
If this was, I don't know, let's say 10 years ago, when we were in our early 20s and scrambling, we would have been fucked. This is like, we're fucked now. We can't afford a new TV. Like this. That's it. We have no TV now for a while.
That'd be so sad.
It would be. But that kind of gave me a appreciation for where we are, but also it made me look back at we came kind of far now. It's nice.
Well, also that's how everyone else has to do it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, like if we were in a sort of traditional workforce,
You would have been going to Walmart last night.
I would have been like, I'm fucking buying a shit like on brand Hisense, whatever. Like, oh god. I don't want to have to deal with a new TV.
Well, unironically, TCL is incredible.
Oh, they're great.
Especially their higher end stuff. People will they'll think about TCL and they think about the $350 60-inch TV at Walmart and the like mid display.
Still good though.
It's good.
Yeah.
But their high end stuff is like they have no business being that good.
No, they really don't. They're very good.
They make their own panels, which is lovely.
I'm at the point in my life though where I got to be honest. I think I hate smart TVs. I hate it.
Go on.
I just want Apple TV. Does anybody make a TV that has Apple TV built in?
No, of course
because
not.
I want that one.
Of course not.
That's all I want.
Well, have you seen the rumors
No.
that Apple is working on their own actual TV set?
Good. I'm down. I just hope it's not Pro Display XDR pricing.
Probably. What I would imagine is happening is because Apple is not going to sell multiple SKUs.
No.
They're not going to have multiple sizes of a
Hell
TV.
no.
And I'm curious what size, probably 65 inches, where Apple's like, this is the
sweet
default,
spot.
the only
agree.
one that's available.
It's a good size.
It probably would be great.
I don't want to ever deal with a built-in. I love TCL, but their partnership with Roku, I'm sure it's very profitable. I'm sure, in fact, most people probably appreciate that. I bet that's a selling point.
If you don't have an Apple TV, that's the next best thing.
Yeah. But I've used Samsung's operating systems on my like family members' TVs. I've used LG's with the fucking pointy remote that you can, the Wiimote. I hate it all. I hate
Samsung
all
TVs
of it.
are ass. That's one.
I hate. Oh man, it is the next evolution of cheap smartphones that have a bloated operating system that is like subsidized with preloaded apps and games and shit.
Yeah.
Everything is like that now. These TVs, they come with like, whoa, hey, we already got apps built in because they paid us. It's like it's like they're like, aren't you happy? No, I don't want it.
Well, I feel like a TCL Roku partnership works out in so many ways because it's like
They're like scrappy underdogs.
well,
kind
and
of, it feels
Roku
like.
makes money from their services as well and the advertisements they run and stuff. So it's like a win-win for everyone. TCL gets a TV with software on it that they don't have to build,
and they just sell it. It creeps me out sometimes. Even the TCL I had before, or
Okay.
I have now that's now fucked
Broken?
and dead. I would be watching content on my Apple TV plugged into the TCL TV, and then a Roku pop-up would come up from the bottom and say, hey, you can watch this content from other places. It like knows what I'm watching.
even on Apple TV.
Yeah, like a
What?
separate HDMI source.
That's weird.
I don't like that.
That's very odd.
You wouldn't. This is a bit of a tangent based on what I just said about preloaded apps and games on operating systems.
Yes.
You wouldn't have experience with this, but Windows is doing that now. I load up
What?
my Windows desktop because I have one of those for games,
Yeah.
and after updates, just right in the start menu, it'll be like, not only will there be ads for Candy
There's
Crush.
ads?
Yeah. It'll be recommended apps.
What?
A lot of Windows machines will come pre-installed with things like Candy Crush and Minecraft, like the Microsoft-owned Minecraft. It's kind of terrible. Mac OS
Why
is a
are there
special
ads there?
because
That sounds. Can you opt out?
I got to be honest, I'm not 100% sure. I'd
The
expect
answer
that
should
you
be
can.
yes.
Right.
That would
I mean,
be
it's
terrible
Windows.
if it was not.
I guarantee that
That's terrible.
I guarantee that if there isn't a super user-friendly Microsoft-approved way to opt out, it's Windows.
Oh, yeah.
So people have stripped that shit out, you know.
That's terrible.
So that's
Imagine if
Mac
like,
OS has it real good. We
yeah,
don't
imagine
really
if you just open Finder and there's ads in it.
Exactly. I'm very grateful for Mac OS being the everything it is.
Now, if we could
because-
just get the Mac OS team to help work on iOS, and things would be golden.
Exactly. This is kind of a naturally great spot to say that Recycle Bin is a show powered by the community.
By you.
Yeah. You guys can call in at 404-919-5530.
He got it.
I did. Leave us a voicemail. I hear them all. And we are going to listen to some voicemails from you guys right after this lovely little advertising break.
Hey, we'll see you in a second.
Today's episode of Recycle Bin is brought to you by Masterclass.
I don't know if you're paying attention, but Christmas is really close. And I bet you're getting a gift that you can find at Target. You know what you can't find at Target? Knowledge.
For a gift that's always on time and lasts a lifetime, you cannot do better than Masterclass. Masterclass is the only streaming platform where you can learn and grow with over 200 plus of the world's best. That's why Wirecutter calls it an invaluable gift. And you know, I agree.
Like the actual people that know the thing are teaching you. It's not some YouTuber tutorial going, hey, I heard this from another guy who heard it from another guy. Here's how to do it. No. You want to learn how to be Ken Burns? Good news. He's going to teach you how to be Ken Burns. Ken Burns himself.
Real experts, real masters, and real classes on Masterclass. And the classes really make a difference. 88% of members feel that Masterclass made a positive impact in their lives. For us personally, doing docs, things like that, creative processes, invaluable. The amount of resources on Masterclass, absolutely absurd.
And you know, Bern, you were worried when we started, but I told you there's no risk because every new membership comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Give your loved ones a year of learning with Masterclass. Go to masterclass.com/recyclebin, that's the name of the show, for the current offer, which is up to 50% off. They're giving you up to 50% off for the holidays at masterclass.com/recyclebin.
That's masterclass.com/recyclebin. Thank you, Masterclass.
And thank you, Recyclebin, for the deal. Ah, we're here.
Oh.
That's what it's like when I'm working with you.
You did it to me.
Yeah.
Great.
You just
That's
go,
fair.
oh, we're starting now.
Okay.
What's the first voicemail of the day?
Well-
404-919-5530 is the number to call. Leave us a voicemail. Give me like 30 seconds or so, and maybe you'll make it on the show if it's good.
That's accurate. Only got 3 today.
Okay.
We have a lot backlogged, but I kind of want to
We don't believe in backlogs.
I want to pull them up or pull them like a swimming pool, like create a pool
Okay.
of them because we're transitioning into holidays, and I wouldn't blame people for not wanting to make phone calls, whatever. I don't know, man.
Yeah, traditionally, that's very common knowledge. During the holidays, there are
I'll
no
tell
phone
you,
calls.
I only get free minutes on weeknights and weekends, so I gotta keep it to a limit here. You know,
This is not true.
I don't get good signal.
This is not 2007.
Yeah, I got limited texts. I got to pay 5 cents per message. It's crazy out there.
I remember free carrier-to-carrier calls past 7 p.m.
Yeah.
Oh.
Weeknights and weekends, baby. Okay, here we go. Let's
And text messages were 30 cents each. What the hell were we doing?
Oh, I know. Let's keep it businessy. How about that?
Oh, God.
Hey, this is Chris from Banff, Alberta, Canada. Great job on the new iPhone 4 dock.
Thanks, sir.
Just watching it for the second time to get into the details. The big question, John Prosser, if Brian Hogan had contacted you with this lost iPhone 4 prototype, what would you have done?
Oh, it's going in a video immediately.
Immediately?
Yeah, I wouldn't buy it.
Is that current? Or
Yeah.
Really? Yeah.
What
You wouldn't buy it.
that's
what you said.
Yeah,
though.
there are certain things where I'm my current stance is I don't want to leak, but there are certain things that would make me go, oh, okay, and that would be one of them. But but I don't think, with the way he was pitching it, he was going to get money regardless.
Yeah.
He was not going to. He wanted to sell it to me, and I would not have purchased it. But if there's a hypothetical scenario where he gives me the phone, the same day.
Well, the buying of it, the whole thing with Brian Hogan and the phone is morally objectionable. I mean, not turning it into the bar, not actually trying to return the stolen or missing whatever property. But the actual exchange of money really is the problematic part legally.
Oh yeah, that's when it goes from
That's why
kind of gray area to actual crime.
Exactly. Yeah. So I think I agree with you as long as we didn't exchange currency over it.
So you would make a video about it?
Yeah. I mean, that's what we do.
If we have an iPhone 4 prototype, we're making it.
Yeah. I'm curious, though. I feel like both of us, if we were to have found the phone at a bar, I feel like we turn it in. Unless we realize what it is. Maybe.
Yeah.
50-50 after we realize what it is. But I think regardless, I feel like we're both good-natured enough people that we find a phone.
Yeah.
We find that it's a prototype. I think we go, okay, hang on. If this is a prototype, we got to get something out of this. We got to get a video or a photo of it or some photos of it. And I feel like we're still going to return it to the person or Apple or
we'd
whatever.
probably make our video and just take it back to the bar.
Yeah, and be like, hey, listen, okay, we found this. It's been a day or two, but we're returning it now.
I think that if it's just, we have no reason at all to just take a phone that we find.
No.
But I think we'd immediately see that, like, I don't know how Brian Hogan missed it. Mm-hmm. I guess, considering the time period, and maybe he wasn't like, he wasn't following Apple like all of us are right now.
Mm-hmm. Different.
But I would have seen that
space.
front-facing camera and go, oh.
Yeah, we're fucking nerds.
And
though,
the
man.
case, like,
We're
it would have
nerds.
looked fucky. It's got stickers all over it. Like, come on.
The stickers would have definitely tipped me off just because I too much experience with, pre-production mobile phones, honestly. But yeah, I think I agree. I think we would have done something, but not been evil about it,
We would have posted a video and said, come get us, Steve.
Come get us. Come get us,
Come
Steve.
get us.
Put a ski mask on. You don't know who I am. Yeah, I don't know about that one. Let's keep trucking.
Okay.
Another
Our lights
voicemail.
haven't flickered. That's lovely.
That we figured it out, I think.
All right.
I'm 90% sure. I'm not fittest flat earth level confident in this information, but I'm pretty confident we figured it out.
You give it to your subscribers.
Oh, I would. I would
Okay.
give it to the main feed.
Okay.
But with a shaky, I
Okay.
would give it like,
No, he doesn't do shaky material. Only when he's sure.
oh, see, that's why we're different. I mean, that's why I'm not as reputable.
Only when he's sure.
I feel like I would give it 4 rolls of toilet paper.
Okay. 4 out of 5.
Yeah.
Oh, what a terrible callback.
So this message, by the way, is from Nick. I don't think he left his name on this. I'm just saying preemptively because he
Okay.
didn't, Anyway, thanks, Nick, and ahead of time.
Hey, Jordan Byrne. This is a little bit of a do-over because I kind of got to rambling a second ago. Anyway, I'm driving in my car and I'm listening to the latest podcast, and I was thinking about y'all's situation.
I'm sorry. I just want to pause it for a second. I love that people listen to our show in the car, and then, assumedly, in the same session, they go, "I'm calling them." Like why? Like they like, hold on, let me pause this.
Yeah.
I'm leaving a message.
And it's probably it's probably a question about something of that, like that portion of the podcast.
Right. I hope so.
And I was just wondering if y'all had ever had any thoughts about like expanding FBT into more of a production company than a channel on YouTube, similar to, I don't know if I'm allowed to say it, but LTT or Linus Tech Tips. Some people really like the news type videos, but I know Jones burnt out on that. And y'all want to focus more on these documentaries, which are great. I love the but not the podcast. I love the podcast too. I love the documentaries, but I feel like, scratch them. Just use the original one. I screwed up.
I think he sent a couple, and I think I
Okay.
picked a bad one. Thanks, Nick. I got what you're saying, though.
Yeah.
And it's okay. You can like the podcast too, and the docs and everything. This is actually funny because we talk internally about this a lot. How like true end goal for us, kind of creatively. This is maybe a bit of a springboard off of his question, but you would like to be behind the scenes, actually, in terms of true end goal.
Well, yeah, that's the tough part because, he mentions Linus and stuff. Linus was, at first it was just Linus on camera, and then it started to expand. But the shows that they have like out there now, like there are shows that started without Linus.
Yeah.
I think that's the biggest bottleneck for us is that all the shows that the shows that you want and that you expect from us have me in them.
Yeah.
I think
You're kinda
I
pivotal.
think we lose either way. It's like if we don't make it, that's people are upset, and if we make it but without me in it, we put somebody else in it. Unless there are going to be people out there that are better at this than I am.
Yeah.
But it's like that, that first layer of getting them accepted by the audience is a real rough patch.
That's rough for every.
Especially when, like, if we were starting a new show with a new host,
Yeah.
that's way easier to accept than replacing me just out of nowhere. And yeah.
I think every content creator that I could think of right now who has done something similar has experienced that exact same pain. We look at when Ray William Johnson wanted to retire from Equals 3.
Yeah, it didn't work.
That was terrible for him the entire time.
He tried, gave it his best shot.
I immediately jumped to a company we were really into for a very long time, Rooster Teeth, Achievement Hunter, all them. Every time they would try to introduce a new member, and not even replacing anybody, but introducing a new face was a massive pain point, and that was some of the biggest drama moments in that company. The Try Guys, that entire situation, them having to replace members and add new people in. The fans eventually became very accepting, but that's down to like them fostering a really accepting community. And not that we don't, but it's only just me and you. It's a little different. But no, that's just a funny issue that we're in.
Well, I think like I don't know what happens or what Front Page Tech looks like when I'm done hosting the show or when I have no interest in hosting it or whatever, but like I want to be retired when I'm 40.
That's fair. That's only like 2 years away for you. The dead silence for those listening is because John is just staring daggers.
That's not
into me.
true. I have 9 years left.
Well, 8.5.
Hey.
Hey.
I want, like, when I say retire, I mean like
Retire from camera.
Yeah. I just feel like I'm already starting to feel like all the people that are popular now or gaining popularity they're young.
Yeah.
I mean that's how it was when we were like when we first started.
Yeah.
And then
Young and hungry.
As the people get older, the younger audience loses interest. It's rare that the audience will grow up with you. Yeah. And continue watching.
That's kind of happened though for us.
Yeah, but I mean, obviously not everybody.
No.
And, I think if I'm doing this and on camera from 40 onward, there's just going to be less cares.
Yeah, well, that happens with anything. I mean, there's a reason that's called that's the midlife crisis territory. You know what I mean? You change as a person as you age.
Next month on the 13th, no, 14th.
14th.
January 14th, 2013.
Yeah.
We will be 11.
The channel.
Yeah.
Company, whatever.
So another 10 years and I'm out. Clock's ticking. At no stage in my career, I think I had no interest in working for any other companies ever. Yeah. But if by the time I'm 40, like Netflix or HBO wants us to do something, I'm going to do that.
Yeah. I think
I want to make stuff like that. I want to keep making stuff. I don't want to keep making tech stuff. After I'm 40,
that's fair.
I want to call it a day.
Yeah, I mean, that's been a long time in one space. I don't blame you. Unless you disagree, can we tell them maybe not what the next video is going to be about, but can we tell them what direction it's going in?
Yeah.
Next video you guys could expect on the channel is actually going to be a bit more of what you'd expect from FPT. It's not doc.
Yep.
It's not
doc.
It's a not doc. It's a more traditional episode because some information fell into our laps.
It's just sitting there.
Yeah.
I can see it right now, sitting on my lap.
It's going to be a fun one. I think everybody's going to like it a whole lot, especially for people who may not be ready to say goodbye to FPT-esque content. For docs.
Well, since the people listening to Recycle Bin,
they're the real ones.
Yeah, we'll give them a little thing. So Hitler got away.
What? Okay.
And then it became Walt Disney.
Yes.
And so the episode is about
that.
Yeah.
Okay. It's not completely.
It's not.
Yeah. At all.
If we, do you think we could get Fittest Flat Earther to host instead?
I feel like that probably would be a lot easier than you think. I think
so?
He would probably just want like $50.
He was a teacher.
That's unfortunate.
He quit teaching because he believes what? I mean, what did they teach you in school, Vern?
Oh, globe theory, right? Lies?
Yeah, he didn't want to be part of the lie anymore,
lies.
so he quit teaching.
This man...
He was being forced to teach children in incorrect things.
This is one of the clearest definitions of somebody living in someone's head rent-free, I think.
Him in my head?
Yeah. You think about him often.
He's a special guy.
Him, you like him a lot, and you also love Caleb off of TikTok.
I do love Caleb.
What's he go by?
Caleb.
He's a music producer.
Damn.
It's okay.
He's a pop artist.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Get it right.
My bad. But yeah, no. Next video.
I'm fascinated by Fittest Flat Earther because it's just like he believes in everything he says to such a degree.
Yeah.
And
Must be nice.
My journey with him has been interesting because it went from he's definitely in on it, and he's like, and then
it's a character, like you thought he was.
Yeah,
it was a
but
joke.
then it becomes very obvious that he very means it.
Yeah,
and he's always like, there's been multiple times where he was in the kitchen, like of his house, and he's talking about stuff, and he asks his wife about something, and it's just like there is a woman in the same house. How does she feel?
Yeah.
Like, he quit his job
I bet she's not
to get
happy.
paid from TikTok
Yeah.
trying to bring the truth forward.
She's either very not happy or very happy. There's no in between.
Yeah.
Nobody, if he goes, hey, listen, honey, so you know how I went to college for a long time, and I've been teaching high school for a long time. I think I need to stop doing that.
Yeah.
I need to stop making meaningful money, and then tell you what, I want to release the truth about Flat Earth, and that is the new income. She is not going to go, oh, okay. she's either going to go, what? No, or absolutely.
Yeah.
There's no in between. No one goes, well, okay, maybe we'll see. That's either fully insane or very acceptable.
His name might be Derek.
Okay.
I might have made that up.
Sorry, Derek's, if it's not Derek. You really can't stop thinking about this guy.
No, it's fascinating. It's just fascinating the degree in which he believes. Flat Earth to me is just fascinating by itself. And he's just the face of Flat Earth for me currently.
For you?
Yeah, like I haven't found someone that's their entire personality. I'm sure there are a lot of those people.
Yeah.
But like he's an active influencer online trying to get this. And it's incredible because like there's no way to disprove it.
Well, to them.
Some Flat Earth guy went to do the final experiment in Antarctica.
Yeah.
Because he didn't believe in the 24-hour sun or something.
Yeah.
Because sun here, Earth tilted, so when it go like this.
At the North Pole, right.
Yeah.
The South Pole, yeah, okay.
And the guy that did this is the final experiment. This will finally put all of this to rest. Flat Earth guy.
This happens all the time.
Yesterday, the day before, posted a video where he's like, so sometimes in life you are wrong.
Yeah.
And he has discovered, I might have been wrong this whole time.
Yeah.
Fittest Flat Earther was like, no, he's a shill.
Yeah,
he's a shill.
Funny how that works. Like, I was gonna try, just to be clear, I was gonna try to keep us on topic of like FPT stuff, but I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna let this just.
Wow, thanks.
Well, yeah, we're just going full in because it is fascinating. You're right. It's very funny because this is not the first time this has happened with flat earthers. Every time flat Earth truthers.
Okay.
Include science in their logic and reasoning and experiments, it always comes out that, turns out the Earth is round.
Yeah.
There's another famous experiment where we saw...
You talking about a guy on a steam rocket?
Let's not talk about him.
Why not?
That guy died. So let's not talk about him. It was these flat earthers... Maybe laugh less about the dude dying. It was
we have to tell them what it is.
I don't want to. I'd rather move on.
Okay, I have to then.
Okay, can we wait a second? I just want to finish what I was saying.
Go ahead.
It was these team of flat Earth people trying to prove the Earth is flat.
Okay.
And they had panels with a hole in the panel that was spaced far enough apart and on a flat enough plane that if a laser was shot through accurately, it should continue through the holes until the final. If it's flat. And they did enough research to yes, this area would be flat enough. the distance covered would be long enough that the curvature would show up if there was some. Naturally, when they did this very well thought out experiment,
Yes.
and with science in mind, the curve showed up.
Okay.
And they
Uh-oh.
and they went real and they were like, I can't remember the exact outcome, but there were some people who were like, okay, well maybe we did something wrong. But then there were some people who were like, that seems to be proving something that we don't like.
That we don't like.
But it's funny how every time science is included,
It's incredible.
and in the discussion, it does come out that the Earth is round.
Yeah.
That's what happened with the Antarctica guy. And you either accept facts and accept reason into your life,
Yes.
or you maintain your flat Earth beliefs.
They've
and
been
go,
paid by NASA.
You've been paid. You are
Yeah.
a shill. You are part of the problem now.
Uh-huh.
And it's 50-50 at this point. So go ahead, explain the steam rocket guy. Because we still got one more voicemail, but go ahead.
This guy, it's one of the most listen, I've been on the internet a long time. Back in the early days of the internet, it was way easier to see stuff you shouldn't see.
Yeah, with like
And yet
live leak and stuff.
And yet somehow, this is one of the most insane, of course that happened outcomes I've ever seen on the internet.
And it's still shocking.
Which is a guy, you just sent me a Reddit post,
Yeah.
like last week, of a guy.
This is terrible.
He
That's
wanted
terrible.
to,
You find it so
he
funny.
Wanted to I mean, come on.
I know.
He wanted to prove
I know.
personally that the Earth is flat.
Yes.
So he made himself a rocket, which is impressive. Like, not gonna lie, he made a rocket that worked off the same thing that a tea kettle works off of.
Steam.
It's
is
just
what you're referring
steam.
to. Yeah.
And he built a rocket that he strapped himself to. He strapped himself to a rocket to blast it off with
And he had a parachute and everything.
steam.
Yeah. And he went very high.
He went very high, straight to the firmament.
If I remember it correctly, I could be wrong. I don't think that was the first time he's done that either.
What was he trying? Like, where was he going?
Well, he's trying to go high enough to
To
either
hit the firmament?
No,
Or
I
see
think
space?
to either see a curve or not.
Oh,
Yeah, and I
wonder
don't.
if he saw one.
Well, I don't know if he didn't trust planes, like he could hire a pilot who could take him that high, or he didn't want to skydive or something. He wanted to. I feel like.
Well, no. Flat Earth. You understand that flat earthers believe that all the pilots are in on it.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Is he probably wanted to do a completely self-funded,
yeah.
completed experiment with no outside factors.
Yep.
And that resulted in
He blasted off with a
Yeah.
steam-powered rocket.
and
Somehow it came off.
Well, in the video, if you watch it, I don't recommend watching
Don't
it
watch it.
because the guy he dies. He shoots up, and you can also the next thing you see after the rocket goes is what I assume.
It goes.
Yeah, it goes very
It's made
high.
out of steam.
And then you see his parachute leave, like it's not, attached. And then this guy did die. This is terrible. It was a tragedy. He shouldn't have. It's a loss. I understand why you find it so funny. And I'm trying to keep it in perspective here. Is this going to be the preview of the episode? Hey guys, if this is the preview, we talk a lot about flat Earth.
Oh,
And John finds it very funny.
goodness. Oh.
Yeah, so the guy comes crashing down and dies.
Well, it's like in slow motion. You see the rocket goes away
I'm gonna
because it's a
look it up.
rocket.
Yeah.
I don't want to see it. We don't
No,
wanna
I'm not.
see-
I'm just trying to find facts
He goes
about
up on
it.
a rocket. You see the parachute.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, well, where's the guy? And then out of the clouds comes the guy falling head first, very slow,
So this was in 2020, apparently.
very slowly,
Yeah.
and like way too slow.
Mm-hmm.
That man, like all I can hope for is that on his way down, before he started going that way, the down way,
Uh-huh.
he didn't see a curve and was like, knew it. And I hope that was because the worst outcome is that he goes, oh fuck,
Yeah.
and realizes he was wrong and lands.
So his name was Mad Mike Hughes.
Yep, Mad Mike.
This is what Wikipedia says. He is an American limousine driver,
Oh,
professional flat earther, and daredevil.
professional flat earther. Listen, I'm not laughing at the loss of a human life. I'm laughing at how it happened. Like that is one of there out of any possible way
I understand.
you could go. That's the most avoidable way. You didn't have to do that.
Yeah, this is one of.
This
you're
wasn't
right.
an accident. It's not like
You're
he
right.
got hit by a car and it's tragic. He like Sid from Toy Story. Strapped a rocket on Buzz Lightyear, but Buzz Lightyear is himself.
Yeah.
And shot himself straight up in the air with a tea kettle.
It is terrible that this man died.
Yeah, it's so bad.
And it's also unfortunate and funny that he died in a very Looney Tunes cartoon way. These two things can exist. I can mourn the loss of a human life, and also it's unfortunate that it was kind of funny.
You think it's bad that I'm laughing?
I'm just trying to promote sensitivity.
Come on.
I know.
Sensitivity, he did it to himself.
I know. Listen, we gotta be fair to both sides here. I'm just playing the other side of the coin.
Be like, maybe he was right.
No, that's not at all. He was absolutely wrong. But yeah, the motivation, he says, we used Flat Earth as a PR stunt. Flat Earth allowed us to get so much publicity. We kept going. People have said that he didn't believe in Flat Earth. I don't know. Listen, all I know is the man loved his steam rockets. He was known for it.
He didn't believe in Flat Earth, so he shot himself up in the air to see it?
The next doc is not about this guy.
A person that doesn't believe in Flat Earth is not launching himself up there. There are other ways to prove it if you don't believe it.
I think he just liked rockets. He liked daredevil activities.
And he did it before?
Yeah. He had done it in 2014, apparently.
Launched himself on a steam rocket.
Yes, listen. I am not
How
deep
high did he go?
I don't want to know.
What happened to the rocket?
Holy shit, he went real high. 1,300 feet in just over 1 minute over Arizona. He collapsed after landing, and it took him 3 days to recover. Man, he really should have stopped doing that.
You got away with it one time.
This guy is a year older than my mom.
No,
and he was doing
not
this
now.
shit. That's crazy. He was born in 1956. I got an old mom. But yeah.
Yikes.
Wow. So happy we decided
sorry, Mike Hughes. But a tragic outcome.
You know what? I will say, in his benefit, in a positive light, it sounds like he really went out doing what he loved. So I'll say that much.
Sure does. Yep.
Can we? Do you mind if we hit the last?
Is there another voicemail?
We have one.
Yeah,
more.
let's do it.
Yeah, this is we really.
Don't watch the video. You should watch it. It's not a video that I enjoyed. It's it's way funnier on paper.
Yeah. Your description of it is much funnier than the video where the guy dies.
Yeah.
I think that's probably true about a lot of things.
Yeah.
Okay. Voicemail. Oh, I muted it. Haha, funny. Sorry. Whoopsie. Let's try again where I unmute. I didn't want something to play. When we were researching the Flat Earth stuff, I didn't want something to play randomly. Okay, here we go.
Hey guys, it's Yash again from New York
Hey,
City. So last time I asked you guys about, favorite music, stuff like that. And we were on the topic of pirates, right, last episode, and pirate movies.
Yes, we were.
What are your favorite movies? So that's my question. Any favorite movies? Or maybe TV shows, I don't know, but, favorite movies, favorite genres of movies, I don't know. Yeah.
Thanks, Yash. Great question. Easy. Okay, hang on. Before you do, I thought it'd be fun not to limit us, but like I don't want recent favorites. I want like tippy top.
Okay.
So what are your tippy tops for, let's say, movies and let's say TV shows, and then let's also do genre of like the three.
My favorite movie?
Yeah. What's your favorite movie? If you got one.
I have two that are in the same spot, and they're not the same.
Okay, go ahead. What you got?
First one is Dark Knight.
From 2008, Dark Knight. Heath Ledger Joker.
Obvious reasons.
Mm-hmm.
It's a perfectly paced movie.
It's a great film. Yeah,
nearly flawless movie.
Mm-hmm.
And Nightcrawler.
That's a good one. Yeah,
I love Nightcrawler.
Yeah, I can see why you picked that. It's a really
not really
good...
the same thing, but
No, but like, yeah,
it's funny because those are my favorite movies, but not my favorite genre. They're not in my favorite genre.
What's your favorite genre?
Horror.
Horror. Yeah, dude. It's a good
Especially like indie horror, if you can give it to me.
What would you consider indie horror to you?
Megan is missing.
That's lower budget stuff like that.
Poughkeepsie tapes.
Poughkeepsie, yeah, that's a deep cut. I don't know.
Those are borderline not even horror movies. Those are just fucked up.
Yeah, I would say if you're Googling any of these, the Poughkeepsie tapes is
You don't want any spoilers.
That should come with a content warning.
It should.
That's you need to be in a headspace to look at content
If you
revolving
are
about
curious, like if you really want, and I'm not talking like you sit and enjoy and you turn all the lights off and go, whoo. I'm talking like we'll fuck you up.
Yeah.
Don't look up any trailers. If you're interested in that, just watch them. Just watch them and just be along for the ride.
But also
it's terrible.
But also be ready for like a 10 out of 10 disturbing experience.
Yeah,
arguably. Yeah, that's not for the faint of heart. We're not playing.
Like
not hyping it up.
The original
that's just rough.
Paranormal Activity before
That was
Spielberg
that was
got it.
really
With
good.
The original ending was good.
Yeah,
very
I love
good.
that movie.
And then they bought it, made it theatrical, and it was not good.
When horror is good, it's real good.
Oh yeah, Hereditary. That's not an indie film, but
No.
you know.
Well,
that's-
A24 was
that's roughly one of the.
That was a much smaller studio at the time.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny you brought up an A24 film because Midsommar is one of my favorite.
Oh really?
Movies of all time. Yeah, I'm struggling to come up with a tippy top. Honestly, if I went off of movies I've seen the most, I don't know what this says about me as a human, but it's either American Psycho,
okay,
or maybe Fight Club.
It's not any of the Lord of the Rings movies?
Those I can't include one. I mean, that exists out of opinion in space and time for me. Those can never be dethroned. Those are permanent fixtures. So it's kind of unfair to like include them in the discussion. Because Fellowship of the Ring, I can watch every day of the rest of my life, and I'll be like every time I'll have tears at some point. Like I love those. But outside of those, it's hard to. Funny enough. Well, you say horror is your favorite genre?
Yeah, but my favorite is like it's even nicher.
Nicher horror, yeah.
Is a vacation horror. Those are my favorite. When a group of people or a couple people have gone to like an Airbnb or a cabin in the woods, or like they're on vacation, they're in an unfamiliar location and stuff, horror happens.
Barbarian was a very good version of that. I love that film. That's my issue with horror is when horror is good, it's the best. I cannot get enough of it. I go searching. It's like addiction. But when it's bad, it's like it's the worst lows.
It's because like horror is a very specific like emotion, and if you miss it, you miss it.
Yeah,
like it either works or it's cringe.
Yeah, and that's in a weird way. I feel the same way about my picks I just made, like American Psycho or Fight Club. These are like holdovers from my like developmental years, honestly. I have a funny story about Fight Club specifically.
Okay.
The first time I saw Fight Club, it was a DVR recording from my Time Warner cable subscription back when I was like, this was like 2009, I think. And I had recorded it and watched it on like some fucking... It was like FX or something at the time. That was the oldest. That was how I would watch that movie going forward for the next few years until, because I was like 15 at the time, until I was like 18, moving out, 9, whatever. This was on my family's DVR. So when I watched Fight Club, it was this cable recording of it that had time capsule commercials in it.
Oh.
So I would watch it, and at the time it was hilarious because I would see the same ads every time, and it got to a point where I would just watch the ads because it was like, oh yeah, this ad is now 4 years old or something, and it's very like the equivalent would be watching nostalgia, where people record like, here is an hour of Cartoon Network from 2003. It's just they recorded it onto VHS or whatever, and here it is, unedited, ads and everything included. It's like a time capsule, and that was it was a very like fond memory. I really, I dug that. My favorite films and stuff kind of move around, but yeah, I would say horror is my favorite genre when it's good. Other than that, probably drama.
Yeah.
It used to be comedy.
If it's not horror, you can get next in line with a psychological thriller.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is it's teetering.
I agree. I have a lot of favorite films. Like it kind of moves around. Like a lot of Nolan films are in there. Interstellar, The Prestige, things like that. Horror is a solid. If I'm in the mood for horror, man, I'm in the mood for horror. TV show, I don't know, honestly. So many of my favorite TV shows have been retroactively ruined by, Game of Thrones was a favorite of mine for a long time. Ruined. I loved The Walking Dead for a very long time. Ruined. Dexter, ruined.
You know what is not ruined? The Breaking Bad universe.
I was actually going to say,
They stuck both landings.
I think Better Call Saul, packaging-wise, like collectively looking back and my watching experience and everything like that, the whole thing encapsulated, is probably a good choice for best show.
Yeah, Better Call Saul to me is better than Breaking Bad. Like, but not it's like if Better Call Saul is a 10, Breaking Bad's a 9.
Yeah, it feels like Better Call Saul is the better show because of the experiences Vince Gilligan and them made
in that show.
Well, there's depth, but I think Better Call Saul is the better show because Breaking Bad was able to come first, and they kind of anything that didn't work, or they learned a lot from Breaking Bad to make Better Call Saul, and I think it shows a lot.
Yeah, I love that they didn't just. It's almost like when you don't continue a show just because the studio was tossing money at you, and you end it when it should end. That's when it's good.
Yeah. Not on the same topic because I separate these in my head, but I'm a massive anime fan.
Okay.
And this just doesn't come through often. I just love everything for the most part. But favorite animes, I love self-contained, built to finish stories like Better Call Saul, Breaking Bad. Steins Gate, incredible. Death Note, incredible. Gurren Lagann, incredible. You have no idea what I'm saying, and that's okay.
No, these are just noises.
I would love to force you to watch anime at some point.
It's hard.
There's more in there. I love trash anime. Don't look it up, but I love trashy, shitty, smutty anime. High School DxD. Don't look it up. A lot of boobs. I love it.
Is there a why coming?
It's hard to explain. Because
boobs?
Not really. No, it's the same reason I love. Unironically, The Jersey Shore was one of my favorite TV shows of all time.
Oh God!
Because I like that stuff. The same reason I like the YouTube channel Channel 5 a lot. Andrew Callahan and stuff. I love just seeing into the lives of very strange, weird people, and Jersey Shore was that perfectly. All these buff dudes and strange women who all they care about is gym, tanning, and laundry, getting hype about what kind of affliction t-shirt they're going to wear to the club, going in there, partying, drinking, just that's it. And it's just like, man, what a life. It felt like I could just be a fly on the wall and just be like,
man, what a life.
I could not be further from an existence from these people. And something about shitty anime is like that for me. I'm also rewatching Bleach right now, which again, formative anime, FLCL, Fully Coolly. Love again. You have no idea what I'm saying. That's okay.
No idea.
But yeah, I have a very wide range of things I love. I can't really pinpoint at the time. Same thing with music for me. I just ping pong all over shit.
Yeah, I mean, my favorite movies are Nightcrawler and Dark Knight. I guess it. If you got to put how many times I've seen it, Titanic goes up there too.
Yeah, Titanic's great.
Titanic has
so hard to
some
watch.
issues, but it's also the issues are so forgivable to me, probably because of the nostalgia.
Well,
and it's just
it's a monumental achievement of filmmaking.
It is.
In a lot of
it's
ways.
A crazy movie.
Yeah.
I love the Titanic.
We have a Titanic story, you and I.
Go on.
Knowing that it's one of your favorite films.
Yeah.
You had expressed that to me, and I had said something along the lines of,
"You haven't seen it.
I've never really seen it." Yeah, and you were like, "We got to fix that." So we spent one of our hangout sessions watching Titanic together,
and it was great.
It was great, but you also hit me with that while my son was fairly young, and there is so much tragedy.
Oh, it's the Titanic.
So. I know, and it's a terribly sad event, but having to watch such tragedy, especially revolving around kids.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dude, it shattered me in like a way that nothing else movie-wise has done.
Out there's Titanic for you.
Yeah, but it's a great story. And also, Billy Zane is so fucking cool.
He is.
What an actor.
We finished The Penguin yesterday.
Oh, yeah, we did that. Yeah, that was another great one. I still got to let it simmer. Oh, my God. The Sopranos.
Sopranos! How did we almost forget about The Sopranos?
I thought about Penguin. Favorite show of all time.
Yeah, it's very, very good.
Man. Not to be...
Damn.
Sorry if our answers are seemingly very generic, but the things we appreciate...
There might be a reason why those shows are popular.
Yeah.
You might
think.
I
would say... not saying we're like smarter or better than anybody who would say Sopranos is their favorite show.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people who would maybe say Sopranos or Godfather is their favorite, whatever. It's like Tony's is a badass, or I just love mobsters. It's like no,
it's another achievement in like
yes, it's the fact that it was all done on film and the audio is flawless every time, and the production is so tight and the storytelling is so tight and it's just. And it was the first
James
premium.
Gandolfini's an incredible actor.
Yes, it's like the performances. Oh my God, I'm forgetting Carmela, the actress who plays Carmela. She's incredible. Everything about that show is almost perfect in maybe every way. So, yeah.
Well, I love to. Why did he mention pirates in that message?
Oh well, this was I wanted to have a more casual question towards the end. We have a lot of questions or voicemails about content and the doc and FPT and things like that. And I love that stuff. I always pick that stuff. But I like to kind of finish off with an off-topic sort of casual thing. And Yosh just hit us with a good one.
Would you... Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Would it be funny? Would you laugh? Me dying is not funny.
I'm a little bit in that context, but what?
Me dying is not funny, but if I died trying to prove the pirates weren't real, like if I went diving for buried treasure and I died,
like the Ocean Gate people,
you'd be talking about it on this podcast and laughing.
It would eventually be very funny.
Mike Hughes or whatever, the flat Earth guy, it's the same thing. It would be funny.
Listen,
it would be funny.
It would be funny.
There are so many other ways to prove to me that pirates are real, were real, than me going diving myself.
It would be funny. And I could make it funny because I'm your best friend. If Mike Hughes' best friend wanted to come on this podcast and laugh about Mike dying, that'd be one thing. That's different than us out of context 4 years later going, Jesus.
There aren't many artifacts that I would purchase to like have and to be able to be like, yeah, I have this. Like,
don't say it.
Like the original bat cowl or something in the house.
Don't
or
say
like
what I think you're going to say.
The tumbler from the Dark Knight
I'm going to leave
trilogy.
the show if you say what you're going to say.
If I could get his steam rocket. And put it up
Thank you for watching Recycle Bin.
In the house. I would do it. If
Thanks
you
for
have the
sticking
steam
with us.
rocket, get in contact with me. John at frontpagetech.com.
Episode 14.
I would love to have it on display. I'll put a
All
nice
right.
light over it. It'll be beautiful.
Have a happy holiday.
I'll put a plaque for
Merry
him.
Christmas. Every other inclusive holiday. I just can't think of Hanukkah. Kwanzaa. Anything else anybody celebrates? I hope you have a good time. And I'm leaving now.
Merry Christmas to me. If you find me the steam rocket, it's probably pretty big, and it works with steam. Water, I would assume, first, and then make it into steam. Reach out. Can't wait to hear from you.